Hello and welcome back to another one of Paul's beer reviews. Hope you're doing well. Got another beer from the September 2020 Morrison's range, and this is a collaboration between Northern Monk and Norwegian craft brewers Lervig. It's a can of their Norse Star. It's described as a vanilla, cacao and almond Imperial Stout, and it's coming in at 9% ABV. Let's have a look at the artwork on this can there. They've kind of got a very sort of Norwegian background to it. Northern Monk very much at the forefront in the design, but the background is all about that kind of Viking ship, Norse Viking ships they've got going on there. This beer sounds absolutely fantastic. Yeah, vanilla, cacao, almond Imperial Stout. Northern Monk, one of the big boys in craft brewing in the UK and have been for a few years now, and Lervig, absolutely fantastic Norwegian brewery that hopefully we're going to start seeing a little bit more in supermarkets. I know Siren collaborated with Lervig on the last Morrison's range, and that was a very nice beer. That blueberry beer that they did, very nice stuff. This is described as an indulgent Imperial Stout inspired by Norwegian ingredients. Not a lot else to say. Ingredients: water, malted barley, oats, lactose, hops, vanilla essence, chocolate essence, almond essence and yeast. So again, this is a 9% ABV Imperial Stout. Let's get this one out of its can and see if it's as good as it looks. Ooh, very rich aroma. As I cracked open the can there. It's pouring really, really dark, and it's already developing a really nice sort of caramel looking head to it. Wow. Okay, there is this beer, the Norse Star, Northern Monk Lervig collaboration. Really, really dark looking stout, jet black. I'm not even seeing any red bleeding through the bottom of it. It's got a very thin, half a finger caramel coloured head on it, which is disappearing quite quickly. Didn't give it the most aggressive pour, to be fair. Let's give it a bit of a swirl. You can really make out the colour of that head as I do so. Really quite dark coloured head. Let's get my nose in and try and get a proper aroma. Get lots of chocolate, roasted malts, getting a vanilla aroma on it as well. Oh, smells really good. Vanilla, kind of a roasted coffee malt aroma, chocolate, and I am getting almonds. Getting almonds on the aroma. Oh, smells good. It smells very rich. I'm gonna get stuck in. Cheers. Oh. Quite good levels of carbonation on this one. That's really tasty. That carbonation, I wasn't expecting it to get that kind of rush of carbonation on this one. I thought it'd be very, very low carbonated, low levels of carbonation on this one, but there's enough in it. It just does enough to throw around extra flavour at you. It's quite thick. Quite gloopy, really covers the palate. It's almost sticky. My whole mouth is covered in it, and you're left with a little subtle kind of roasted malt bitterness, a sort of coffee malt bitterness, strong coffee and strong chocolate, dark chocolate bitterness on the back end. And it leaves you with it. Almond was really coming through on the flavour. I'm not really getting it on the. I'll start again. The almond was coming through on the aroma, but I'm not left with it on the actual palate. I thought I was really coming through the almond. That almond kind of marzipan-y sort of aroma comes through. But on the flavour, I think that almond, sort of sweet, almost marzipan type flavour, comes in very quickly. almost before the carbonation hit, and then it's all coffee malts, chocolate malts. You're getting that slight vanilla touch to it as well. The backbone of it is very vanilla, slightly creamy flavour to it, but it's really smooth, really rich. This whole stout is rich. Almonds, rich coffee malts, dark chocolate. There's the vanilla. Just as the carbonation rush calms down, you're getting vanilla. And you're left with a nice subtle sweetness is the general aftertaste, a mixture of sweetness and bitterness. It's really nice. It's a really nice stout. This was £4. This was £4 a can. A few people have already mentioned it on some of the other videos that a lot of these Morrison's beers from this new range, one or two of them have snuck up in price a little bit. I think the majority of them are still £3, but there's one or two of them that have gone up to £4. This was one of them. To be fair, 9% Imperial Stout, I still think £4 is pretty decent value. And when you consider the quality of the two breweries that have come together to make it, I still believe £4 is a fair price. It's a hell of a beer you're getting for £4 there. And if you try and buy something like that in an independent bottle shop, it's going to cost you double that. And that's not a knock at bottle shops, because they do a fantastic job. And I still go to them as regularly as I possibly can. But this is a hell of a beer for £4. Rich, thick. There's that slight sweet almond marzipan type flavour. Rich coffee malts, dark chocolate malts, vanilla there. And there's a bit of bitterness. And those dark chocolate malts that I spoke of really linger. And you're left, it doesn't, I mean, it is boozy, but it doesn't feel like a 9% stout. It feels less than that. If you were to tell me this was sort of between a 6 and 7% beer, I'd probably believe you. I'm not really getting that warmth on my chest or the back of my throat that you often get from boozy beers. This is masking that 9% very well. It really is all about the flavour of the malts and the hops in this one. The mouthfeel is lovely. This is a beautiful stout. It really is good. This is a bit of luxury. Yeah, the more I drink it, the more it's opening up. And that almond, that sweet almond marzipan type flavour, with every sip I take, it's really jumping out at me now. It's really hitting me on the tongue. As soon as it hits my tongue, and as soon as my sort of my taste buds adapt to what's in my mouth, I'm getting that almond marzipan almost straight away. That's the first thing I'm identifying. And then it's the chocolate and the coffee and the roasted malts. And that vanilla as well kind of gives it almost like a slightly sort of toasted marshmallow flavour as well. There's a lot going on with it, but at the same time you can identify them. When you're drinking it and you're thinking about what you're tasting, you can pick out all these little different aspects to the beer. It's lovely. It's really good beer. And again, you're left with that sort of bittersweet finish, bitterness from the hops and the roasted malts. But there's a sweetness that carries through. It's really nice. It's a really lovely stout. And I think I'm gonna put the glass down. I'm gonna let that open up a little bit more and enjoy the rest of that slowly. That's a cracking beer. It really is a lovely stout. And the stout isn't always my favourite style, but this is really enjoyable. So when you get two brewers like this together, Northern Monk and Lervig, good things were going to happen. I'm not disappointed with this one, and that's nice because the one I did yesterday, that Siren and North and Salt collaboration, I was really looking forward to, was a massive letdown. This is not. This is stunning. That's a lovely beer. I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10. That's really, really nice. £4 a can. I know one or two of you might be a little bit, you might be holding back from purchasing that one. I totally get that. But I promise you, you're getting a lot for the money with this beer. There's a lot going on with it. It's really, really nice. You know, just buy one. And if you don't enjoy it, then at least you know you've tried it. But you don't have to spend the money again. But I think most of you will buy that and want to buy another. It's a lovely beer. So yeah, 9 out of 10 from North Star, from Northern Monk and Lervig. Their vanilla, cacao and almond Imperial Stout. Lovely stuff. Give the video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, guys. Until my next one, you take care.